I just wanted to welcome everyone to our very first ever PUP presidential virtual debate. I'm Amber, and I am the founder of We the Dogs. And we also have Naila and Merritt, who are running our DC account on here, and they'll be helping moderate, and Marissa, who's running our brand new New England account. Rachel runs our New York City account, but she isn't able to make it tonight. But she helped give us some of the questions, so don't worry, New York City, you are represented. But we also wanted to thank David Badiz, who's on the call as well. He's the sponsor of this fundraiser, and the Badiz Group is very generously offered to donate $1 for every eligible vote up to 1,000 votes, which we've already far exceeded. We've gotten more than 2,000 votes now, so that is very awesome. It is amazing for a rescue organization, whichever one the public chooses, and we are so, so grateful for that. So thank you so much, David, for doing that. We really, really appreciate it. So then here's how the debate's going to work tonight. It's very, very, very serious debate. Unlike the humans, we are going to play nice. If you see a fly on anyone's head, please advise them so they can swat it away, because we don't play like that here. But how it's going to work is we're going to go through and try to give each dog a chance to answer just a question. We have some already written up. Marissa, Naila, and I will take turns asking those questions. Some are directed towards a single dog, some are directed towards a group of dogs, but it's all about the dogs, and we're just keeping it fun. So it gives people a chance to get to know your pup and all the issues that are important to you and your pup. So that being said, we'll start right into it. And the first question that we had tonight is actually for our sponsor and his dogs, and that's Molly and Finnegan. David, are you there? I see you there.
Aww. Molly, say hi. Hi.
Is it a birthday?
No, it's just she's very, very, very passionate about her political persuasion. Everyone to know. She made a mistake 4 years ago. She wants to make amends.
Well, we'll go back to the politics. I'm sorry with the puns. I can't help myself. So here's our first question for Molly and Finnegan. They're not candidates, but again, they're sponsors, pups, so we wanted to hear from them. And here's their question. Your dad is the founder of the Badiz Group, which is a real estate team that specializes in residential home sales throughout DC. What do you think humans should look for when purchasing a forever home that will ensure your dog approves of the new home?
That's a very rough question. Clearly, it has to have a doghouse big enough for all of the pooches and the pooch friends that we want to have over. And actually, to be honest, the whole house here is a doghouse. So I would say make sure your house is as comfortable for dogs as it is for the humans that are owned by those dogs.
That's a great question. And just to show you how informal this is, I actually assigned me, Marissa, and Naila these questions, and I totally took Marissa's, and that was supposed to be hers first. So I will switch with you, Marissa. I'm sorry. So this is totally informal. So we'll switch to Naila next for the next question.
Okay, the next question is for Acadia, Scout, and Rico Suave. Many candidates advocate for more treats. Some dogs claim that there are never enough treats. Scout even points out that some humans are breaking treats in half and making them smaller. But we have also received reports that there is a growing epidemic in obesity in dogs. Do you think that's an issue? How do you plan on tackling it? Give us your thoughts.
Well, Acadia.
I think we're having a little bit of sound issues.
Okay, I can go if you can hear me.
Yes,
we can. Breaking up a little bit.
Okay.
I can hear you, Amanda.
All right. Acadia is anti-splitting treats in half, so that won't happen. And she's pro 10 treats per pup per day at a minimum. That's her platform.
We can get behind that.
Yep.
Scout or Rico Suave, are you on? And not every pup can attend tonight too. This is totally optional. So if they're not here, totally fine. But going once, going twice, Scout, Rico Suave. All right. We will move to the next question, which Marissa will do instead of me.
Okay. Next question. So this one is for Chico. Chico, your platform says you'll fight for new tennis balls for every pup after, every pup after each vet visit. But what about groomers? Should they be included in the free ball mandate? Chico here. Chico, going once.
Well,
Going
Chico, I
twice.
think your point stands. Tennis balls are
Yeah.
encouraged. We're just not sure who's
Big
going to
fan.
touch them at this point. Hotly
Yeah.
contested issue.
So the next one goes to Amelia. So do you want me to take this one, Amber and Izzy?
If Amelia's on, is Amelia on?
Oh,
Where are
yeah.
you?
Okay. Excellent.
Camera.
Hello, Amelia. So in your campaign message, you've highlighted an important issue, appreciating pups who have a little gray on their muzzle. Why should people adopt older dogs?
Oh, older dogs are the best dogs. We're couch potatoes. We love to lounge. We still have some spunk, so we like to get out there on occasion too. We love treats. We love everyone, and we appreciate everything. Senior pups are just the best.
We couldn't agree
Can't
more.
agree more. Clearly, we're on the same wavelength.
Okay,
Yay.
Austin Rue, you've got the hottest wheels in town and are a big proponent for smooth sidewalks. Is there anything else you'd advocate for as pup president?
Absolutely. He is advocating for equality for all breeds, and whether you are fully capable or handy capable, he wants everyone to have access to their humans' workplaces and to trails and to fun places so that all dogs can go.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's a
Super
perfect
for that.
platform.
He's a little cozy, but if I could try to get him to sit up, I don't know.
Yeah, for those who aren't aware, Austin has his own wheels.
There we go. There we go.
Ah, very good. Bravo.
Good boy.
Awesome.
Okay. All right, can everyone hear me? I think the bad internet is on my end, but so then the next one is a group poll. So this is for everybody, and it's a very serious issue that we need to address. It's dividing the entire nation right now. Halloween. Show of paws or hands. Whose human is forcing them to dress up for Halloween this year?
This one.
She doesn't like her paws touched, but that one.
Definitely a shame. And we're going to need the next pup president to address that issue. It's very, very serious. The nation is broken.
Okay, this question goes to, wait, am I off mute? Yeah.
Marissa, I just noticed your microphone. That is amazing, by the way.
Well, good for karaoke and for moderating.
I love this.
Cammy and Pepper. So are you here, Cammy and Pepper? I don't have my video. I don't see if they're there. Are they there? No?
Any Cammy or Pepper? Well, we can skip it for now, and we'll make sure at the end to ask if anyone joins late.
And we can toss these groups out to the group afterwards as well. So Axel, are you there, Axel? Okay, it's also about squirrels. So it's really an important topic to everyone here. We'll be sure to open it up to the
Maybe
group.
we should, Marissa, if you want to ask that question, open it to the group. I think it's very serious. We need to bring this
Yeah,
up.
it's very serious. So squirrels seem to be a hot topic these days. Some candidates advocate for freedom to chase, while others are calling to a peace treaty. How can we find some middle ground on this issue?
Maybe Teddy has an opinion. He's not a candidate, but he looks very
Okay.
interested in this one.
Teddy, what do you think about that?
Come here.
Teddy thinks there's no middle ground, by the way. He's freedom to chase all the way. So, and anyone else have any thoughts on that?
Amelia is no middle ground, but squirrels are also great distraction techniques. If you're meeting with foreign leaders who seem a little hedgy, just send them on. They'll forget all about whatever violent tendencies they may have had.
Right, so Walter feels that chasing of the squirrels is a right of all American dogs. He'd also like to refute the claims that the birthers are bringing out just because he has an English accent does not mean that he is not American by birth. So yes, freedom to chase squirrels. It's the right of every dog.
Bailey has a strong stance on the issue. While she believes that all dogs should be allowed to chase squirrels at their free wish, she is worried about a future where there are no squirrels to chase, because she was previously living somewhere where there were no squirrels, and it was really frustrating for her. So she feels that the best middle ground is for there to be a squirrel chasing season when all dogs can chase squirrels, and then another season for the squirrels to run free.
That's a great, Teddy was just whispering in my ear. He really agrees with that matter as well. That's wonderful points from Walter and Bailey. Thank you.
Molly and Finnegan are really enjoying the debate just because they keep hearing the word squirrel. Right?
Walter believes in either a or a catch and release policy. He personally does not have the stamina to actually catch any squirrels, but thoroughly enjoys the recreational aspect of chasing them. And at this time would like to take the opportunity to refute any claims that just because he is a pug, he's also an American and not a Chinese dog, and his campaign is not sponsored by the Chinese.
Thank you, Theodore. That's wonderful.
Austin also and his VP Reese go with the morning routine of the chase and release as well. That is their wake up call to chase all the squirrels out of the yard, but keep them all nice and healthy and safe.
Excellent.
Next question. Oh,
sorry, go ahead.
Amelia.
I was going to say Ralphie supports designated chase zones.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Chase zones, yeah. And I'm sorry, Teddy keeps trying to close my screen here so you can see how the dogs feel about the working from home policy as well.
This might be the most contested issue of all time.
Any other stances on squirrels?
Amelia would just like to double back and inquire about the squirrel season, if there will also be a rabbit season and a turkey season and a chicken season. She's an all meats employer.
Bailey feels that we should designate.
Izzy would second that, but she would like possum added to that list.
We'd also like to add chipmunks to that list, please.
Oh, yeah.
Gordita would like to share. Gordy. She has had a unique experience the last, I don't know why you can't see her. There you go. She would like to share her experience for the last 7 weeks. She has been prohibited from chasing squirrels while she undergoes her heartworm treatment. And that's a key part of her platform, is to find a better cure so that she's not prohibited from chasing squirrels for 8 long weeks. But during this time, she has been able to reach a better understanding of the squirrels because she watches them from afar, and she's been doing a lot more listening.
Listening, as we all know, is very important. Great points, Gordita. Great points.
So Maisie would like to know if she's alone in the rat chasing.
Yes. Cockroaches too.
And bugs, any kind of bugs. She loves them all.
It's an active DC sport. I believe DC has sanctioned that as a citywide sport.
And as has New York City, de Blasio has, let that full open season on all rats, pizza carrying or otherwise.
Fenway lives on Com Ave in Boston, and the rats are bigger than her. So while she appreciates it, she thinks that balls might be the cure for squirrels and rats.
Speaking of balls, Molly has one very clear political slogan that she repeats over and over and over. Throw that ball. Throw that ball, right?
Oh, I think Fenway just woke up.
Yeah.
That was a trigger word for everyone in this group.
Yeah. Yes, if anyone watches the video of this later and has a reaction of their dog listening to balls, squirrel, and everything else, please post that in your story because I want to see that. Nayela, are you ready to move to the next question? We have a lot of issues to cover. It's very serious.
Yes. So this question is for Cooper, Maisie, and Olive. Most humans would love to take their pups to work with them. Do you support dog-friendly workplaces? How can dogs be better office dogs? Maisie?
Maisie would love to come to work with me. Oh, sorry.
She doesn't like coworkers.
All my coworkers would also love for Maisie to come to work with us. Unfortunately, I work in an art museum, so she would not be able to come as much as we'd like. Her sister is vying for attention too. And I will point out that Eleanor, the only reason Eleanor is not running is she is a foreigner, so she is not eligible.
She's also crazy.
There's that too.
Is Olive or Cooper on here?
Olive is here. And Olive definitely supports legalizing dogs in the workplace. She is not currently allowed to go to work with Mom, but she has been illegally smuggled in a few times and finds the trip inside the elevator in a tote bag very undignified, and believes that her status as a coworker should be legalized so she can enter freely on her own four paws.
Well said. Okay, so this question is for Georgie, Piglet, and Roxy. While we love dog-friendly offices, this year many humans have been working from home. Do you believe humans working from home is good for the community? And should there be a limit on how much time humans can spend with us? Georgie, Piglet, Roxy?
Georgie's here. He's a little sleepy, so he's been napping for most of this. He loves hanging out with Mom all day. So if work from home was till the end of time, he would be a very happy boy.
Yeah, I'd like to chip in with, as you can see, Piglet's very at home with people. He's all about his people. Piglet's actually still looking for his home. So this is home from home right now at Lost Dog Cat Rescue Foundation. But as you can see, when he meets his people that he loves, he is a big hunk of love and he's got so much to give. I wouldn't advocate he would suit every workplace because being deaf, he probably get himself in some trouble not listening to the instructions or what he's being told, and he may knock a few things down as well. But he's definitely all about laying on couches all day long, whether it's at work or at home. As you can see, he's very much about being with his people.
We're gonna have a spontaneous question then. If any potential people out there looking to adopt, tell us a little bit more about Piglet since he's available.
Sure. Well, I mean, he's a special boy. He has some unique qualities. Obviously, being deaf is one of his big ones. He's not a small dog. He thinks he's a lap dog, but he's over 80 pounds. So you know when he's on you. But unfortunately, his favorite place is to lay across your legs. He takes a little while to get to know people, but he's definitely a super loyal friend. And once he is your person, he just is the happiest dog ever to see you. He knows signs. So he knows to sit and to wait and to go down and to, he knows his name. This is his name, which is like the coolest sign ever, which also just happens to be like the rock and roll sign too. So, and he's American born. So even though I'm his advocate, which you can see I probably don't qualify, I feel like he would make a brilliant pup president and obviously represent the dogs that have unique qualities and they're a little bit harder sometimes to match to their homes.
I love it. And for everyone's awareness, Piglet is in DC. So if you're looking for a dog and you want to adopt in DC,
he's in Falls Church, yeah.
Okay, yeah, the DC area, because we have people on here from New York and Boston. So anybody in the DC, Virginia, Maryland area that's looking for Piglet because he looks amazing and I love him already, he is available.
Oh, Roxy is here to speak about the work from home issue. She's got her voting bandana and she's also got her Roxy jacket, but both of her humans also voted today. So we're very much in the voting spirit, but we don't think there should be any limits placed on work from home. Both of her humans have been working from home with her. She's very respectful of their space and she's there as very much an emotional support animal, especially for Mom, who is a teacher and is working from home. And when she's frustrated, Roxy is a very great companion for that. As you can see, she's arm-sized, which is helpful, but we don't think that any dog should be barred from spending as much time with their human as possible. So with a combination of work from home and bring your dog to work, we think that dogs should be 100% part of the workplace and would make every human more emotionally happy and also much more productive.
I agree completely. Our next question is also a group one. It's for Bailey, Georgie, Otis, and this is Otis Boswell, because we have two Otises, and Sully. There are some things that just need to go. Georgie has proposed a ban on vacuums. Otis and Sully have strongly opposed baths. Bailey addressed the torture imposed by humans that force pups to walk in the rain. So Bailey, Georgie, Otis, Boswell, and Sully shared with us why these things you've mentioned in your platform are so terrible and whether there are some other things we should ban as well.
Fireworks. Piglet would like to, even though he can't hear them, he feels he has kind of sympathy for the dogs that can hear, and he feels that fireworks need to go.
The sky booms, as they call them.
Right.
Georgie is anti-vacuum because they're loud and scary, and they also clean up all the yummy things he could clean up himself on the floor. He's also anti-bath and brushing. He hates brushing. He thinks you should just let the curls go and see what happens.
Teddy couldn't agree more.
We have anybody else?
Bailey would like to discuss her stance on being anti-walks in the rain. First of all, sky water is water that can cause dogs to melt. She has read a few cases, so she does not want to take that risk. And walks in the rain also come with the added torture of often needing to wear a raincoat, which in reality provides no protection, makes us look ridiculous, and we still get wet. So Bailey is very anti-walks in the rain, and her stance is, if I can hold it, I don't need to go outside.
This entire debate is convincing me dogs are better than people, and I would rather vote for dogs at this point, which is a terrible thing to say, but anyways. Do we have anybody else for that question? It was Bailey, Georgie, Otis, Boswell, and Sully. We will move to the next one. This is for Gordita and Fitzgerald. So Gordita and Fitzgerald both shared in their platform that their goal is to end discrimination against pitties or to fight bully breed discrimination. We wanted to hear them share a little bit more about that and how they plan on achieving that goal.
So Gordita has experienced discrimination when we go for walks. Sometimes, you know, other dogs and their humans move to the other side of the street, or people think that she's scary because she gets scared by other dogs sometimes. But really, she's just a big love bug, and she's a little bit unenthused with the political process right now because she feels like she has been disenfranchised to a certain extent, but she feels very strongly about the issue and thinks that we're at a turning point in America because we know that there are several ballot initiatives across the country during this election to end breed-specific legislation, which does not actually target certain breeds. For instance, Gordy, we don't actually know exactly what she is. We think she's part gremlin. But since she was a rescue from PD and Friends, we don't have a complete history, and we don't know exactly what breed she is. But dogs that look like her often get discriminated against, and it doesn't do anything to keep humans safe. And it's just mean because all dogs are good dogs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we could all agree on that.
I agree.
Maisie would also like to point out that she is also part gremlin, so Gordita is in good company.
Very good. Okay, Marissa, I think it's your turn.
Yes. So our next question is for, I lost my place. There we go. Dixie and Fenway. So as Massachusetts pups, this is some real serious stuff right here. We need you to weigh in. Do you prefer the puppuccinos at Dunks or Starbucks? This is for Dixie and Fenway.
Somebody's going to answer right up front 100% that she gets really frustrated when her mom brings her into Dunkin' Donuts because the puppuccinos at Starbucks are sublime. They are what keeps her going. Fenway runs on Starbucks, even though mom runs on Dunkin'.
Controversial.
That is very controversial.
Yes. Yes. It's a mixed family. It's fine. Right? It's like a Red Sox fan and a Yankee fan living together, but that doesn't happen here.
Peace being brokered.
Yes.
Katie
Excellent.
agrees with that stance. She's also a New England pup, and she prefers Starbucks, but her mom tends to prefer Dunkin'.
We all run on different things.
Yep.
Starbucks, if you're listening, the dogs would love you to send them some free puppuccinos. They would appreciate it, but the people want dunks.
Excellent, thank you. And let's see, Dixie, I think, yeah, is that it? Okay, great. I think we have Otis and Daisy up next.
Oh, nope, I think we're going to actually Naila for Willis and Ralphie.
Yeah. So Willis and Ralphie, both of your platforms advocate for a simple fact: tricks should equal treats. Do you have a favorite trick that you could show the group today? Willis, Ralphie.
Hi, this is Ralphie. Unfortunately, Ralphie cannot do a trick right now. He's currently snoring.
That's a good trick.
I don't know if anyone can see him, but this is him right now.
Yeah.
But he does have a favorite trick. He loves to spin in circles. And his favorite treats are Cheerios because sadly he is no longer allowed to have his other original favorite treats of cheese and hot dogs. He has a liver condition, so we had to nix those, but he really supports everyone else eating those treats so he can scarf up all the Cheerios and they can enjoy the cheese and hot dogs on his behalf. And
Izzy will eat some cheese on your behalf, Ralphie.
What did you say?
I said Izzy will eat some cheese on Ralphie's behalf. She's addicted.
Yes. He will happily give all of the cheese to the dogs whose parents split their treats into halves or even quarters, which is horrifying.
Just horrifying.
Yeah, from Willis's perspective, there's unfortunately no tricks that he can do. He just doesn't get paid enough for it. So as soon as the treats start going, Willis stops working. And he's willing to follow that all the way through on his campaign. No treats, no tricks. It's a 1-for-1.
A good platform. So we're moving to the next one then, and I cannot pronounce this pup's name, so I really hope they're on to tell me how to pronounce this. This pup's name is LRRR. It looks like Lur. It is a very fun name, a unique name, and I have never seen it before. Do you happen to be on? And they didn't mention why the name was so unique, but it was just the most unique bio ever. But Lur, do you happen to be on? Then we will skip this question. We'll move to Marissa then for the next one.
Yes, sorry, I had to unmute there. Okay, so the next question is for Theodore Roosevelt, Bella, and Walter. Dogs deserve some basic rights: belly rubs, walks, and the freedom to chase squirrels.
Yes.
Or rats, or whatever you choose. Unless there's some sort of peace treaty, what do you believe should be some sort of basic rights given to all dogs?
Theodore can go first. Theodore believes that healthcare and pre-existing conditions need to be covered. Fun fact, pre-existing conditions for pups are not covered under the Affordable Care Act. And our young pug here has had many a fun health issue, and we would love for health insurance for pups to also cover pup issues. He is a very unique candidate in the fact that he is a hermaphropug. And yeah, bomb drop. But it was a very expensive procedure.
The October surprise, everybody.
I know, right? It apparently is somewhat rare, but like maybe happens in pugs. And it was not covered by his pup health insurance. And so we had to pay quite a bit out of pocket. And we are supporting the Mid-Atlantic Pug Rescue, which is a really great 501c3 that supports pugs with health issues and older pugs that have been surrendered, largely because of health issues, because pugs, much as we love them and as they love to sleep and snuggle, they come with their fair share of issues. And so we believe that healthcare for pups needs to be provided without, any strings attached. It's a basic right.
Even though Izzy is not a candidate, I'd like to also back that. I agree with that position. And also, we would like dogs to be recognized as real living things, not just humans' property. I think that would be something that humans really need to work on, but that's just my 2 cents.
Yeah.
Amelia, she also advocates for healthcare and for her parents to be able to take sick leave when they're taking her to the vet, not vacation time, because she is a part of the family. And she is a first.
That could set us up nicely for paternity leave as well.
Yeah.
Walter, do you have a stance on this question?
Well, yes, being of a mixed breed from Tennessee, it's in my DNA to want to chase and to hunt, and I feel that that right should be given to all dogs. However, there must be a limit. I do agree there must be a limit on the chasing, but it does keep me fit. It keeps the squirrels fit, despite what the detractors say. We have been chasing them, and they've been losing weight, and their metabolisms are looking better for it. So we fear it's in the best interest for squirrels, chipmunks, etc., to be chased, to just keep them on their toes and give them some excitement in life, just as it gives us some excitement.
Fantastic, Walter. And I have to say, it really feels like you're saying that because I can only see you in this screen. So it feels a little bit of a Milo and Otis moment here.
It's the cunning use of a treat on top of a video camera.
Excellent.
We'll do tricks for treats.
Tricks for treats. I think that's something we can all get behind. Okay, next question.
Okay, so this question is for Otis, Golden Otis, and Daisy. It's very important to support small businesses. Share a couple of your favorite pet businesses with us.
Do we have Daisy or Otis on? How about this then? Did anybody join late and may have missed their question? Well, I guess you wouldn't know. We only have one more. But if anybody wants to jump in and hasn't spoken yet, go ahead and speak to that one too. You may still get to be on the last question, but I think Coco may have joined late.
Bailey would like to speak up about local businesses. She's a big fan of the local breweries in her neighborhood because they always have water out, and when her parents go there or her people go there, Bailey is always treated to other treats and things when she goes there, and it is a very good people watching zone. So she would like you to support your local breweries.
Do you have a favorite one, Bailey, as a follow-up question?
Yes, Fifth Hammer Brewery.
Excellent.
Daisy would like to speak up for her favorite store as well, which is in DC called Big Bad Wolf. They made a big impression on Maisie after she was adopted. They gave her a nice new adoptee care package with lots of yummy treats and toys, and they always give her extra treats when she goes in. So we love to go there every chance we get.
Roxy would love to promote the company that made her awesome dog jean jacket. It's actually her grandma's company, and she donates her proceeds to charity. It's called Good Trouble Jacket Co., and you can find them on Instagram. They make dog and kid human jackets.
And Coco has quite a few local businesses that he loves to support. We're big fans of Doggy Style in DuPont Circle, and they're right next to the dog park. Even better. So we love to go there. We like their Muttlix, the dog ice cream that they make. We have lots of different categories of local businesses we love. So for coffee, we like to go to Harpeth Swill. They let you bring your doggy in, always have a milk bone ready. And then for beer gardens, we love to go to Wonder Garden in Noma. And we just went there for Dogtoberfest last weekend. So yeah. Austin has a small business that he loves, and that is Woof Bowl, which is a dog food truck. And they give the most awesome treats and homemade foods that are all safe for dogs. They're in the DC area now, but I think they're heading to New York City. So you guys are really lucky to get them. Definitely check them out. But that is definitely one of Austin's favorites. The owners are such good people and they're so good to the dogs.
Amelia cabinet, I don't know if you can see them, but let's see. Here are her members, Guinness and Watson. Greatly appreciate the dog walking company here in the Richmond area called Canine Adventures. They've taken all 3 pups on and all the foster pups we had before Amelia. And Amelia has cancer and is kind of in the last hurrahs of her life. And so they spoil her every chance they get, every day between 12 and 2. So they're pretty awesome.
That's a fantastic business we can get behind.
So Walter would, again, he enjoys his dog walking company. He has enjoyed working from home recently and used to go to the office. However, with the working from home, it becomes a little boring just running in the yard. So he's a big supporter of Trusty Tales in Jersey City, where we are at the moment. And also, he will drag his owners into Jersey City wines and liquor because of the treats. And then because he has a treat, we feel obligated to buy alcohol, not the other way around.
Olive wants to give a shout out to Wander Pups for taking her on walks every day. And also to Winthrop Clothing Company for making her DC flag bandana that I'm forcing her to wear.
And speaking of bandanas, Marissa, maybe you want to share the bandana company that's donating a bandana for one of our prizes for the presidential pup, the name of them, just because they're a New England company.
Sure. So we have a wonderful prize. You know how the president must always have a very presidential pin and look about them. So we have a wonderful company based up here in New England called The Proper Pooch, and they will be, sorry, what was that?
Yay.
Yay. Oh, I was like, are they on? They will be donating the official presidential wear for the pup that is elected.
They're awesome. I've already seen one of the bandanas designs they have. It looks amazing. BarkBox has also donated the Joe Biden toys and the Dognal toys. We have Rebel Dog. They donated an awesome Bark the Boat tag. And then we have a pet portrait and inaugural ball launcher and the Furbo dog camera. So lots of fun, super cool stuff for the winning presidential pup. And that brings us to our final question of the evening. So this is going to be for Fiona, Indy, Lola, Simba, and any other pup that may have joined late and hasn't had a chance to answer a question. You can jump in on this one. So here's the final question. Humans are great, but they require some work. They need to be walked regularly, guarded from the mailman and other dangers, and entertained with tricks. In your opinion, what are some of the best reasons for humans to get a dog? Do you have any favorite animal rescue organizations? Do we have Fiona, Indy, Lola, Simba, or anybody else who has an answer? Or anyone who really likes the question and wants to answer? It's the last one.
Georgie wants to shout out Muddy Paws Rescue and Social Teas in New York City. And Muddy Paws does a rescue truck by the PetSmart in Flatiron in New York City every Saturday. That you can go visit the pups up for adoption and say hello. And adopt one, maybe.
Awesome.
Wonderful.
Ilya would like to shout out to Luz Labs, who has rescued her not once, but twice. Her first mama who adopted her sadly passed away from cancer, and that's how she came back to us. Luz Labs has a slogan, once a Luz Lab, always a Luz Lab. And so she's gotten 2 amazing homes.
Yeah, I guess we're kind of biased, but obviously a big shout out to our organization that's taking care of Piglet every day, Lost Dog and Cat Rescue Foundation. Same with Piglet. He was ours as a puppy. He was adopted and unfortunately returned. But we're in it for the long term, and we're going to find him his forever home, even though he's a big chunk now. So yeah, lifetime commitment.
Walter is a big fan of Louis' legacy. which is in Staten Island, and he's had many foster siblings during the stay at home, which has been a real benefit. However, he has realized why he doesn't like puppies anymore and doesn't want any more children due to the carnage that the puppies create.
Drop it. Drop it. Drop it.
But Bailey, Bailey would like to give a shout out to Muddy Paws Rescue. I too am a two-time rescuee from Muddy Paws, but not due to any horrific accident. More of her first owners were vegetarians, and that just wasn't very fitting for my lifestyle. So thankfully, my second people are very big carnivores. So we're big fans of Muddy Paws.
Austin wants to give a big shout out to Pets with Disabilities. They are located in Maryland. They only take animals that have some type of physical or neurological disabilities. So they accept all these animals knowing that it's going to be very costly and time consuming. And they're willing to do the work, like with Austin when he had hurt both of his front legs. They took him knowing he would need the double front amputation, and they were willing to put in the time and the money and the work to do it, and allowed us to find him after the surgery.
Theo would like to give a shout out to Fetch Care, which is a nonprofit in Virginia, right outside of Richmond, and they further education about pet cancer awareness, treatment, and they support families that can't pay for cancer treatments for their own pups. And one of his best pup friends is successfully in remission due to FetchAcure's support. And so he thinks that cancer awareness for pups is really important, and FetchAcure is doing really, really great work and helping pups that can't get treatment survive.
So many good ones.
There's so many good ones.
So Maisie would like to shout out Humane Rescue Alliance. Both her and her sister were adopted through their organization. They're based in DC. Sorry. They actually brought Maisie up from Alabama. We're grateful that they did, but they also spent time with Eleanor, which is this one, who does not always like other dogs, and they observed her and they paired her with Maisie to make the perfect fit, and now they're inseparable. So we give a big shout out to Humane Rescue Alliance.
Ralphie would also like to second Humane Rescue Alliance, where he is a two-time alumni, and he really appreciates that they pulled like 12 teeth from him because they were kind of hurting his mouth.
Katie would like to shout out to City Dogs Rescue in DC, but she's also looking forward to reaching out and learning about some rescues in New England, where she is now.
Gordita would like to give a shout out to Petey and Ferenz. They are a very new rescue that was started sort of at the beginning of all of the COVID shutdowns. And she was taken into her foster home shortly after this spring, and she was given the best foster home and foster mom and family to give her a safe place that she could give birth to 8 little taquitos and nurse them. And they stayed there until everyone was ready to go to their forever homes, and that's when we found her. And Petey and Ferenz, I think it was just last weekend, partnered with Humane Society International to do a rescue mission with dogs from Korea. So they're doing really incredible things, and Gordy just wants to give back to them.
Awesome. Did anybody else not have a chance to answer a question? I know we had some late joiners.
We have a few questions we skipped, so we can.
Willis will quickly do a shout out for his animal shelter. He's from Babylon Animal Shelter out in Long Island, and they took really good care of him when he ran away, and his owners never wanted him back, so they got him. But
their loss is all of our gain. So.
Exactly. Too bad for them.
Yeah.
I think that we've heard from all of the candidates that are on the call. There's over 40, just to remind everyone. So we only have about half on here. So make sure you read everybody's bios if you're still voting for pup president. I think the debate has been a great success. We didn't have to mute any mics or swat any flies, so that's awesome. One last reminder, though, it's the most important one. The pup president, the whole reason for this is it's a fundraiser. It's been a crazy year, as everyone knows, so rescue organizations are having a difficult time raising donations. So without events in person, it's been very hard. So anything we can do virtually or through a creative way to help support them, we want to be able to help as much as possible. So please continue to donate if you want. You can donate at the end when you vote. We can also put a link up on our social media if anyone wants to donate. 100% of the money raised goes to the rescue organization chose by the people that are voting. And right now we have over 2,000 votes. And over 170 rescue organizations have been voted for. So people feel very strongly and love the rescue organizations a lot. And we think that's amazing. So we're really excited to be able to give back to one of them, whoever is popular vote. So whichever the majority chooses. And we'd also really like to thank David Bediz and the Bediz Group again for donating $1,000 to the overall total raised. It's going to be a really huge blessing for some rescue organization. We really, really appreciate it. So with that, this ends our official presidential debate. And we really appreciate everyone participating. And we can't wait to see who wins the election.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks very much. Have a good night.
Thank you, everyone.
Good luck, everyone.
I hope everyone has a great night.
Bye.
Thank you. Oh, Bailey.
Bye, Ben.